While many of the headlines are talking about the idea that the law will come into action, that the embassy, the U.S. embassy, will be moved to Jerusalem, you're telling us, David Bedin, that there's a serious problem for Israel in that law as it exists today.
As a journalist, I was in Washington, in the Capitol, when the law was passed. And I watched the negotiation go on when Faisal Husseini, representing the PLO, and Yossi Beilin, representing the Israeli government, watered down the resolution, watered down the law. Instead of a law that would recognize the sovereignty over Jerusalem by Israel, it instead just says moves the embassy with no sovereignty. And it goes according to the American law, which, number one, doesn't recognize Jerusalem as part of Israel, and number two, it makes it into a corporate separatum, separate from Israel. And this is, if Trump is delaying the move of the embassy, that's very good, because it gives time to allow for a change in the law.
So some would think that actually the declaration, the expected declaration today, is what is necessary.
The declaration is only of the fact that Jerusalem is the capital. It does not. The way it was phrased, it was explained to me by Faisal Husseini's people at the time. It's phrased in such a way that it could allow another embassy to come in here, another capital to come in here, and also it does not recognize Jerusalem as part of Israel.
So what could and should be done?
What should be done is, especially American citizens, to pressure the House Middle East Foreign Relations Committee, the House Middle East Subcommittee of the House, and the Senate Near East Subcommittee of the Senate to work on the law which would allow sovereignty for Israel in Jerusalem. And at this point, if the embassy moved tomorrow morning, you'd have the embassy moving without sovereignty, and everything would remain the same. Our children's passports, if they're born in Jerusalem, would say Jerusalem with no Israel, and Israel would be forced to not say anything about what's going on in Israel, especially in Jerusalem, especially in the Arab neighborhoods. So Trump is doing a favor to Israel by delaying the embassy move. This gives time to amend the Jerusalem Embassy Relocation Act.